Ren had never heard silence speak so loudly. He stood at the edge of the forbidden jungle, a place where the air was thicker, the shadows deeper, and the legends older than memory. The villagers always warned him, once you hear the forest whisper your name, you don't come back the same. But Ren was different. While others feared the unknown, he was drawn to it like a moth to a flame. And today, the jungle had whispered his name not faintly, not as a trick of the wind, but clearly, intimately. Ren. The first time he heard it, he thought it was a dream. The second time, he sat upright in the dark, sweating, heart racing. By the third night, he knew it wasn't his imagination. He told his childhood friend, Saya. But she just gave him a look full of pity and worry. You need sleep, not spirits, she said. Your mother disappeared in that place. Do you want the same fate? But Ren couldn't ignore the pull. Something in him, something old and aching, was answering a call he didn't understand. At dawn, he packed only what he needed: a blade, a canteen, a tattered notebook, and a small pendant his mother left behind before she vanished 15 years ago. It was carved with an unfamiliar symbol and had never glowed. Until now, he gave the village one last glance. Then he turned and stepped into the jungle. The moment his boots met the mossy soil, the air changed. Sunlight filtered like golden mist through towering leaves. The smell of earth and ancient rain filled his lungs. It felt familiar, like coming home to a place he'd never been. Hours passed. The deeper he went, the louder the jungle became, not with noise, but with presence. Every rustle of leaves felt like a word just beyond understanding. Then came the voice. You shouldn't have come alone. Ren froze. The voice didn't come from behind or ahead. It came from below. He looked down and locked eyes with a small silver fox. You talked, Ren stmmered. The fox blinked slowly. You listened. He backed away in disbelief. This can't be real. The fox sat calmly on its haunches. We've always spoken. Your kind just forgot how to listen. But not you. You still remember, just like your mother did. Ren's breath caught in his throat. You know her. She came here before you. Curious, brave, kind, like you. His voice cracked. What happened to her? The fox's eyes dimmed. She went to the source. Few return. Then take me there, Ren said firmly. I need to see it. I need to see her. But the fox turned its head, ears twitching. The shadows around them darkened. They know you're here, it said. We must run. And they did. Ren sprinted, dodging hanging vines and twisting roots, the fox leaping ahead like a silver flame. Behind them came a sound like hissing wind and crackling ice. They are the hollow ones, the fox explained. They guard the jungle's heart, feed on memories. If they catch you, you'll forget everything: your name, your past, even your reason for coming. Ren gritted his teeth. Then we won't let them catch us. After what felt like an eternity of running, they hid inside the hollow of an ancient tree. The fox was panting, but its eyes never left Ren. You have something powerful, it said. And pulled the pendant from under his shirt. It was glowing now, pulsing like a heartbeat. She gave you that? The fox asked. Yes, it's all I have left of her. The fox nodded solemnly. Then you are meant to find the source. Ren leaned forward. What is the source? The fox didn't answer. Instead, it stood and padded silently through the underbrush. Come, if you truly want to know, follow. They traveled deeper. The jungle changed. Trees is bliss up. Flowers whispered songs in languages long forgotten. Creatures watched from the shadows, not afraid, but respectful. And then Ren felt it, a heartbeat that wasn't his, a deep, resonant thump in the earth beneath his feet. Finally, they reached a clearing. In the center stood a massive stone altar, coiled with roots, and bathed in a golden glow. Resting atop it, encased in a crystalline cocoon, was a woman. She appeared to be sleeping, but her presence was powerful, timeless. Ren's voice broke. Mother. The fox bowed its head. She reached the source and became part of it. He stepped forward, trembling. Can she wake up? She can, but only if you take her place. Ren turned slowly. What? She offered herself to protect the jungle, to keep its power from falling into the wrong hands. If you wake her, the balance breaks. Someone must remain. He stared at his mother's peaceful face. His heart ached. She chose you once, the fox said gently. Now, you must choose her. Ren closed his eyes. The pendant burned against his chest. He reached out. The crystal cracked under his touch. Light spilled out. The jungle pulsed around them. His mother opened her eyes, tears brimming. Rin, you heard me. I never stopped listening, he whispered. The vines wrapped around his arms and legs soft, not cruel, pulling him gently toward the altar. No, his mother cried. You don't have to, but Rin smiled, even as his body began to fade into light. I remember who I am, and with that, he vanished. The jungle sighed. Peace settled once again. The forest whispered. And somewhere, a silver fox raised its head to the sunrise and howled, not in sorrow, but in honor. Rin did not die. He transformed. When he opened his eyes, he wasn't in the same jungle but a reflection of it. The trees shimmered, made of memory. The sky glowed with the light of forgotten dreams. This was the realm of echoes, a place where the spirits of those who had sacrificed for the jungle continued to live, not as ghosts, but as guardians. He looked at his hands. They flickered, half light, half skin. The pendant that once glowed around his neck now pulsed at the center of his chest, embedded like a second heart. Welcome, a voice called. It wasn't the fox this time. From the shimmering mist walked a girl no older than Rin. Her eyes were golden like candlelight, and her hair moved like leaves in the wind. I'm Lyra, she said softly. I've been here longer than I can count. I was the keeper before you. Rin frowned. The keeper. Lyra nodded. Each time the jungle faces destruction, a soul must become its heart. Your mother did. Once, but she didn't fully merge. You did. Now, you're not just in the jungle, you are part of it. Rin stepped forward, confused. If I'm the jungle now, why am I still me? Lyra smiled sadly. Because the jungle isn't a prison. It's a memory, a mind. It remembers everything, and it needs someone to help guide it. Suddenly, the trees rippled. Pain surged through Rin's chest. Something was wrong. He fell to his knees, gripping the earth, which wasn't earth, but woven energy. What's happening? He gasped out. Lyra's single quotes as face turned pale. Someone is burning the outer forest. They're coming with machines, cutting, poisoning. The source is bleeding. Rin's eyes widened. We have to stop them. You can't leave, she whispered. Not fully, but you can send echoes. Echoes? She reached into her own chest and pulled out a glowing shard. Your voice, your memories, your truth. Speak through the creatures, through the wind, through those who still believe. Rin thought of Saya, his only friend, the one who told him not to go. She was still out there. Maybe she would listen. He reached inward and released. Meanwhile, in the waking world, Saya stood at the jungle's edge, clutching Rin's old notebook. Weeks had passed since he vanished. The elders declared him dead, claimed he followed his mother into madness. But Saya knew better. Every night, the wind whispered his name. Then one morning, a silver fox appeared at her door. In its mouth was a folded page, fresh ink in Rin's handwriting. The jungle remembers. So do I. If you hear them call, don't run. Come find me. Saya's heart pounded. Against all logic, all fear, she followed. She entered the jungle, but the trees were different now, darker, angrier. Machines buzzed in the distance. Men in yellow suits cut and sprayed and burned. The old boundaries were gone. She heard them, the hollow ones. Black shadows swirling between trees, feeding on noise and fear. And then, the wind spoke. Saya, run. She did. Branches moved aside. Roots formed steps. Vines lashed at the machines. The jungle was alive and it was fighting back. Through it all, Rin watched. He guided. He shielded. He whispered through the leaves. When Saya reached the altar, she collapsed in tears. The place where Rin disappeared was empty, just a circle of light. I came, she whispered, but I'm too late. A breeze brushed her cheek. Then the light shifted. The pendant once Rin's rose from the earth, glowing softly. She reached for it. And the moment her fingers touched the light, she heard everything. Rin's voice, his pain, his choice, and something more, a warning. The machines weren't just harvesting wood. They were after the source itself, trying to tap into the energy hidden in the jungle's heart. If they succeeded, the jungle would die, and Rin with it. Back in the realm of Echo, Rin fell to his knees again. His connection to Saya had worked, but it came at a cost. His form flickered more violently now. You're fading, Lyra said. You gave too much. I had to, Rin gasped. She's the only one who can stop them. I believe in her. Lyra placed her hand on his shoulder. Then hold on. Don't let the jungle forget you. The ground began to shake. Trees twisted in agony. The boundary between the echo realm and the real world thinned. A machine had broken through the sacred roots. The source was exposed. Rin gathered the last of his strength. He stood. Then I won't let them win. He threw his hand skyward. Light erupted. From every tree, every stone, every root, memories poured out. The jungle screamed, and in that scream came a song. Finale, the voice of the wild Saya, now wearing the pendant, stood between the machines and the altar. The workers paused. The ground shook. And then every animal, every tree, every whisper spoke through her. Leave, she said, but it was Rin's voice behind hers. This forest is alive. It remembers. It protects. You have been warned. The leader of the machine scoffed, but his men began to retreat. The jungle pressed closer. Roots cracked their vehicles. Flowers bloomed where fire once burned. And then silence. The machines fled. Saya dropped to her knees. Tears fell. The pendant glowed once, and then faded. Rin, she whispered. In the wind, a voice replied, "Thank you for listening."